Hi students, today we are going to see about the part 2 of force and laws of motion. In this chapter we have discussed what happens when force is applied on any object. When force is applied on any object, it can be changed in shape, size, or it can be comes to a rest position, or it can be comes to in motion. So these are the different effects whenever we apply the force on any object. So what are balanced forces and what are unbalanced forces we have seen in this chapter, and different types of laws of we have seen Newton's first law of motion, second law of motion. Now today we are going to see about the third law of motion. The first two laws of motion tell us how an applied force changes the motion and provide us with a method of determining the force. First two laws of motion will tell us how an applied force changes the motion. Applied force, how it will changes the motion. If the object is in motion, if you apply the opposite force on that object, then it will come to the rest position. If the object is at rest, if you apply the force on that object, so then it will come to the motion. The third law of motion states that when one object exerts force on another object, the second object instantaneously exerts force back on the first. So third law of motion states that whenever we apply the force on any object, it also apply the force on opposite object. See, it will instantaneously exert a force. Instantaneously means suddenly it will also apply the force, exert the force back on the first object. These two forces are always equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So opposite in direction. If the object is in rest, then that also exert force on the opposite object. Okay. So both are in the opposite direction. Applied force and the object both will apply the opposite force on each other. These forces act on different objects and never on the same object. In the game of football, sometimes while looking at the football and trying to kick it with a greater force, collide with a player of the opposite team. Both feel hurt because each applies a force to the other. So whenever playing the football, if we kick the ball, then we apply the force on ball also, and ball will go and it will hit the opposite player and it will hurt. See here, what is going to be happen is each other they are applying the force to opposite to each other. In other words, there is a pair of force and not just one force. There is a pair of force. If any object is in rest, then that object rest object also exert force, and the external object also exert force. Both the object will exert force. Just we can say that there are pair of force, not a single force. The two opposing forces are also known as action and reaction force. So the rest object is known as action force, and the reaction force will be opposite. The rest object is known as reaction force, and the applied object which is applying the force on the external object, that is known as action force. So let us consider two springs balance connected together as shown in the figure. They have shown here springs. You can see the springs in your textbook also. Keep your textbook beside this while seeing this video and go through with these points also. So let us consider two spring balance connected together as shown in the figure. The fixed end of the balance B is attached with a rigid support like a wall. So see, so balance B is fixed with the rigid support with the wall. With the help of wall, they have fixed. When a force is applied through the free end of the spring balance A, it is observed that both the spring balance shows the same readings on their scales. So whenever we pull that one springs, both will show the same readings on their scales. It means that the force exerted by spring balance A on balance B is equal but opposite in direction to the force exerted by the balance B on the balance A. So both the force will exert the same but opposite direction will be there. The force which balance A exerts on balance B is called the action, and the force A balance B on balance A is known as reaction. This gives us an alternative statement of the third law of motion, that is, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Third law of motion states that to every reaction there is an to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction will be there. If we hit the ball with the ball, then it will come back with the same force only. So this is one example for the third law of motion, and here they have given the forward force of the bullet and the recoil of the gun is also an example for the third law of motion. Okay. So they have given examples also. So this is another one example for the third law of motion. As the sailor jumps in forward direction, the boat moves backwards. He is jumping in the forward direction, but the force of the boat exerts in the opposite direction. This is also one type of example for the third law of motion. And the launching of vehicle, rockets also example for the third law of motion. We have a lot of example for the third law of motion. You can go through your textbooks also. So law of conservation of momentum is there. So conservation of momentum is there. Just to remember this formula. So ma is equal to mass of object A is equal to velocity, initial velocity, final velocity of object A into initial velocity of object A divided by t is equal to the opposite. This is the positive and this is the negative. This is one type of equation for third law of motion. It will be there. So remember this formula. It will help in the upcoming problem session. So here they have given one example. A bullet of mass 20 gram is horizontally fired with the velocity of 150 meter per second from a pistol of mass 2 kg. What is the recoil velocity of the pistol? So they have given the mass of bullet, that is 20 gram, and it is horizontally fired with a velocity of 150 meter per second from a pistol of mass 2 kg. What is the recoil velocity of the pistol? They have asked the recoil velocity of the pistol. So you have to write the givens, whatever they have given, you have to write that one. They have taken here mass 2 times, so that's why you have to take my m1 is equal to 20 gram, that is mass of bullet is 20 gram and mass of pistol is 2 kg. So and they have given the velocity of the fired bullet one, so that is 150 meter per second. So you have to write down the given. So afterwards we have to apply that. So total momentum of the pistol and a bullet before the fire when the gun is at rest. So they have converted this meter per second into mass. What is there? 20 grams into they have converted to kg, so that will become 0.02 kg. So they have added the mass 2 kg of pistol weight and 0.02 kg of mass of the bullet and into 0 meter per second into it will come the 0 kg meter per second. So apply this one. The total momentum of the pistol and bullet after the fired 0.02 kg into 150 meter per second. So it will come 2 kg into velocity per meter square. So 3 plus 2 it will become. So here they have given 3 plus 2 equal to 0. So 3 by 2 it will becomes 1.5 meter per second. So go through the textbook. They have given some examples with this. So before firing and after firing. So they have asked the recoil force of the pistol, that is 1.5 meter per second is the recoil force of the pistol. So like that they have given somewhat examples. So go through the textbooks. They are very easy. They have given the formula also. Just put the given values. You will get the values of the questions. So if you have any doubts in this chapter, so mainly we have to concentrate on this chapter is. So balanced force, unbalanced force, they can ask for one mass question. And what happens when force is applied on the object? So object will changes its shape, size. It may come to the motion or it may come to the rest position. First law of motion, second law of motion, third law of motion, and the example for the first law of motion, second law of motion and third law of motion. So what is inertia? This much is the important concept in this chapter. Go through with this chapter. So they have given the highlight also. So this what you have learned in this chapter. You have given this short. In this short also they have given. Go through with these points. You will come to know. So what are the important points are there in this chapter? And write the question answers of this chapter from the theory.com. You know about that one. If you don't get any answers, you can WhatsApp me. I will give the answers for your questions also. Take care. Have a nice day. See you in the next session. Bye.